One more thing I get asked about a lot is whether we can do a Nissan throttle body relearn with the Encore. And the answer is yes. I've picked a Nissan Altima and I want to show you the procedure. I've already ID'd the vehicle and I've went into the engine module and I'm going to select special test. From special test, we then will scroll down and go to other test. If we scroll in the middle of the screen, it says Idle Air Volume Learn. We're going to select that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to follow the procedure exactly like this tool tells us. Just like we saw earlier on the Ford truck, this tool is extremely intuitive and will walk us through doing whatever test it is. Now remember, it's extremely important that we follow the setup of what this tool tells us. And it says right here, the test may take several minutes to run and may need to be run more than once. Beware of that. Also, it says if the engine idle speed is too high, it may abort the test. So let me tell you my trick for doing that. If you install a new throttle body, of course, it's electrically operated. You can't control it. Idle speed's high, will not let you do an idle learn reset. Go out to the engine and disconnect 2 injectors. That'll bring the engine RPM down without loading the cylinders, and it'll allow you to complete the test. Remember that, that's a good trick. So let's go ahead and hit continue. The next step, it tells us to turn the ignition off, release the brake, which my foot is not on it, turn the ignition on for 2 seconds. Now turn it off for 10 seconds. Now we're going to turn it back on for 2 seconds. Now it says to turn it off for another 10 seconds. Remember, you're prepping the PCM to complete the relearn process. So what we're going to do now, we start the engine, we hit continue, and it tells us the engine must be on, the battery voltage must be up, all accessories and loads need to be off, set the parking brake, and idle speed not too high. Remember, we just learned how to get around that. Let's hit continue. We hit start, and right now the PCM is relearning that throttle. All right, so we've got that completed. As you can see, it's not the big deal that you think it is to do the throttle relearn. Remember, in the other test, let me stop this from making noise. Now, remember, in the tool, there are plenty of other tests, such as the idle speed adjustment. These are all things that are available using the Encore with the Bravo 2.0 software that we just released.